the scans, get it beyond 60, otherwise I'm gonna disengage because you're wasting my time and I have to.
I'm
1 minute.
wasting your time. Nigga, you can't
These
read,
structures to
dumbass.
prove why it's 6D.
1 minute, 1 minute. Send the scans to get it beyond 60. That's your premise. That's your argument. That's your proposition. Send it. It's not a 1v10. It's literally just me and him talking. The scan he sent doesn't even prove anything. All it does is just prove that the multiverse is spatial temporal. Like the first scan quite literally categorizes everything as space and time. Omniverse, space, hypertime, time, limbo, vanishing point, dark multiverse, multiverse, fear of gods, under the category of space. So again, your own scan quite literally says it's spatial.
Okay, do you realize that there's like infinite higher dimensions within DC?
I don't agree that there's infinite higher dimension.
Why not?
He builds the same scans we use.
There's no justification for that.
I'm sending it in chat right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing it, but I'm not seeing the justification for it being infinite higher dimension.
Why not?
That's your burden, what the fuck?
Okay, I'll explain it to you. In like the 3 scans with in like the Larfleeze comic, the author like literally describes them. It's like is Ramakrishna talking about higher dimensions. It's like she says yep, and then
no,
why not?
No, because within the comic, Ramakrishna contextualizes dimensions as being universal. Nothing within the comic itself suggested it's referring to anything.
Okay, do you think worlds in DC are universes? Yes or no?
I'm saying it doesn't posit it to be in higher dimensions.
Okay. Can you like you said you think that she's referring to dimensions as like universes.
I didn't say I think. I said that's what it is. If you read the comic.
Okay, so can you prove that?
Yeah, I can. 1 second. Yeah, I can. 1 second. Blah 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 blah. Da, 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 da. Says, as I've explained before, da, 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 da. My consciousness is parallel world and or the next terminates in another. So quite literally, if you see the scan, where the 3rd scan, she says, I have another scan for this, but I'm too lazy to find it. It says the nexus where one dimension terminates and another begins, literally referring to how universes, one like gets destroyed and the other like is created. But actually, let me even get my DC video and just get the scan from there.
So like, what are you arguing? What are you trying to say? Like, I understand like what you're saying. Like, you're using that trying to like say something. Like, she's trying to like refer them as universes, but like, I'm
saying, what are you arguing? Because you still haven't justified like it being.
I have justified. Like, one of the writers who like wrote this comic like literally said she's talking about higher dimensions.
I don't care what the writer says outside of the source material. If it's not supported,
how is it outside the source material if he's talking about the literal comic? What are you talking about?
Assuming that his claims are true.
No. It's I'll handle it. It's outside the source material. It's a statement outside the source.
Why?
Quite literally. What do you mean? Why? It's not in the source material, dumbass. What the fuck?
He's describing the source material.
Yeah, but it's a statement outside the source material, so obviously it could be.
Okay, so why does it make it not true if he's describing what's in the comic?
What?
He's the writer of. He's literally one of the writers of the comic. How is he wrong on that? What? How is he wrong?
Okay. So just because he makes, how is he right? Why is he right?
Because it's like further additive evidence with the other guys I showed you.
Why is his claim true?
It's not rhetorical.
Because it's been proven that DC has infinite higher dimensions. This is like additive evidence.
Wait, that's just a repetition of your claim, bro. What the fuck? That's just a repetition of your claim. It's not a justification. It's not a fucking justification. All right.
I mean, did you even look at all? Like, did you even look at the rest? Like,
why is the author right? Why is this claim true?
Did you look at the rest, gang?
Why is this claim true? You're not answering the question.
Why is this claim true? Because he's one of the writers on the comic. And like,
Okay.
nothing would literally nothing would contradict his statement. Nothing would contradict his statement. So I don't know how he's not wrong. Nothing will contradict the statement.
Just because something isn't contradictory doesn't mean it has to be. So again, what's the external justification for it being true other than it being stated? You have 1 minute.
Okay, but I'm confused on how he would be wrong in the first place.
I'm confused as to how
he would be wrong in the first place.
I'm confused as to how it'd be right. I'm confused as how
because there's nothing contradicting his statement.
Okay, that doesn't follow. Just because something isn't contradictory doesn't make it true. Just because it isn't contradictory for me to go to a market doesn't mean that I am going to a market, you dumbass niggas. Again, what's gonna be the external justification for that claim other than it being stated outside the source material? You have 1 minute.
If he is a writer of the exact comic and there's nothing contradicting his statement, and he is not wrong, nigga. He is not wrong.
That's not a justification of your claim. That's a repetition. Again, what's gonna be the proof that the claim is true?
Oh, you're not proving how he's wrong in the first place. I'm literally describing to you how he's right. You're not proving how he's wrong, nigga. You're not proving how he's wrong.
I don't have to prove he's wrong. Do you understand that?
I'm literally describing how it's true, nigga. What? I'm describing to you how it's true.
It's your burden in the first place. What the fuck? You're the one arguing for infinite dimensionality, so why is the claim true? It's not my burden. Are you tracking or what?
I'm literally explaining to you how it's true.
What?
You not comprehend my argument? Do I need to say the argument again, or like, are you gonna say I'm repetitive?
What's the justification for the claim?
It's nigga. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna say it slow so you can comprehend it, right?
It doesn't matter if you say it slow.
He is the writer of the comic, and nothing contradicts what he's saying. So he is true.
True. Why is he true?
Because nothing contradicts his statement, and he's a reliable source on this exact comic he wrote.
I already refuted that. I said just because something isn't contradictory doesn't make it valid, and I gave an analogy.
He's the writer of the comic.
Why does him being the writer? Why does him being the writer necessarily mean that he can make claims outside of the source material?
So you don't think he's a reliable source? You don't think he's a reliable source on the comic he wrote?
I don't think that he makes outside of the source material is reliable. I don't think it's reliable.
So you don't think any author statements are like true then? Like what do you mean? Like you don't think any writer statements are true?
First of all, that's a non sequitur. Secondly, it doesn't matter if I don't think any author statements are true because that would just invalidate your burden even more.
I mean, because they're outside the source material, right?
It doesn't matter if I don't think. Okay, it doesn't matter if I don't think author statements are not true, right? It doesn't matter because that would just mean that you can't prove your claim, so you lose.
So do you think any claims by a reliable source outside the source material are true? Do you think that's true?
Do I think what?
Do you think any claims outside the source material by a writer who wrote the comic, right, is not true? Do you think that? Matter of fact, do you think that any author statements that are not inside the comic are not true? Because they're outside the source material, right? They're outside the source material, so they're not true.
Position. Why is it true? I'm asking you for why. I'm not saying that an author statement can't be true. Okay, you're strawmanning me. I'm asking.
Okay, but your argument. The reason why you think that.
I'm putting it into question, sweetheart. Why is it necessarily true, little boy? Why is it true?
Listen. Why is it true?
Don't tell me to listen.
Okay, the reason. Let me talk. The reason why it's true. I mean, if we're gonna keep going back on this. We're gonna keep going back and forth on this.
Do you know what it means for something to be true? It means it cannot be the case that is anything else. So again, show me that this is the case and not anything else. Show me that it's not parsimonious or anything, that it is true. That X is X, not X can be X or X can something else. Why is it true? Do you know the definition of truth? It means it entails that it can't be anything else. So why is it the case that the claim that the author is making outside the source material is necessarily valid? Go ahead and justify that.
Why is it valid? Okay, Jersauce. If we go back and forth on this like one more time, we're not gonna go anywhere. But I'm going to say it one more time. I think you don't like understand what like reliable source means. I think you don't understand what writer means. I don't think you understand what those terms mean. Like if he's the writer of the comic, and nothing contradicts his statement in the source material, then how is he not true? Explain
don't
to me,
think you're
nigga.
justifying the claim. That's your burden. That's your burden.
I'm not
Again,
justifying. I am.
you're
He's
repeating
the
yourself.
writer, and nothing contradicts him. How am
Okay,
I not?
that's just a
How am I not?
repetition. That's just a repetition. That's a repetition.
Because you keep going back on there, I have to say the same shit over to you again like a baby, nigga.
Yeah, you're
What are you
just going
talking
in a
about?
circle and not justifying anything, bro.
I'm
Again,
not,
why is it?
dude. You don't know what reliable? Do you not know what reliable sources are?
So,
Do you not know what
okay,
reliable sources are?
can we go to conclusions, please? Because I'm not
We
gonna
can
waste
go to
my.
conclusions, nigga. We can go to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, go.
you're like terrible. All you did is
Yeah,
like ignorance.
conclusions, please.
I don't.
You didn't
Okay,
attack the
Damn,
point.
bro, like you
I
can't
don't
win
give
the
a fuck,
argument of
nigga. I
I
don't
ignorance,
don't
give
give a
bro.
fuck. I'll just explain why you lost and you couldn't go against my verdict. You didn't attack him saying that the author can be fallible, which is pretty true. Like most authors that make claims about narratives, like they can be fallible about the claims they make. And also, he put into question whether or not the claim that the author make is self-sufficiently true. Right? I can make a narrative, right, and I can make claims external to the narrative that isn't necessarily true in the narrative or coheres to some set of beliefs within the narrative. So you just lost trivially. All you did was argue
My
about repetition.
headphones died.
Okay, but nothing contradicts it. But I mean, we
You're
can
just
go off
repeating
that. We can go
yourself.
off that.
Okay. Again, that's just a repetition, right?
Repetition of death.
Here's a reducto, right? So since it is the case that nothing contradicts my belief that your mom got fucked in the ass yesterday, does that mean because I've seen something that never contradicts that belief, it must be true? Can you answer this question?
I mean, he's a writer on the comic, so I mean, there wouldn't be. I mean, I don't
That's
know how he'd be
irrelevant.
wrong, but I mean, I lost it. Definitely I lost.
Look. Like you could have.
All writer statements are wrong, right?
That's not what you're saying, right? All you're saying that well, if you could show like some like external validation.
I mean, we can go some.
Yeah, if you would have shown some external validation to what the author was claiming and showing it being one-to-one within the narrative, then we could have granted that. But you didn't do that. All you did was just say, well, because nothing contradicts it. Well, nothing contradicts me fucking your mom. Doesn't mean I'm going to fuck your mom, right? Like, it's just really like ABC 1, 2, 3. You suck.
Exactly. So again, still no justification for DC being above 60. So I guess you down unless you want to continue.
I mean, because there's like more scans in this, so we can continue.
Yeah, you lost the infinite dimensional point. So again,
no, there's more scans than that Larfleeze one. What are you talking about? How did I lose that?
You lost the infinite dimensional point. Bro.
No, I did not. That was like.
Why do we have to be so?
You're making a fool of yourself. You're making a fool of
That was one. Huh? That was one set of scans.
What?
That was one set.
You could just move on to the other scans. You have more.
Why are we? Okay, we can move on. We can move on to the next scans that I sent, nigga. We can move on to those.
Where's the next scan? Send them.
No, nigga, I mean we're still on the infinite dimensional shit. That's what I mean.
You already lost the infinite dimensional shit, bro.
Okay. You debunked the Larfleeze shit, but there's like 20 plus more shit that I sent.
That's a concession. Okay. Good.
Well, how is that? I only said the Larfleeze one. That's it. There's more. What are you talking about?
What's a Larfleeze? Can you tell me? What's a Larfleeze, bro?
Are you trolling? Like, do you just like not want to look at?
Okay,
evidence?
just go
Like,
for the other skins. You have more skins than that. Just go for the other.
I mean, you can scroll.
Let me check what he means. Let me check what he means because what I saw, like the entire set of scans was talking about the fucking infinite dimension shit, which I already pretty blatantly refuted. So, yeah.
You refuted one like set of scans I took from one comic. When there's like multiple scans I sent from different comics proving infinite dimensionality.
You still haven't lost the entire debate.
Bro, why is he avoiding the infinite dimensional scans though? I know I haven't lost the debate, but like we're not concluding. We're not done. We're not done with the infinite dimensional shit yet. You're like avoiding it right now.
It's gonna go circular, bro. Just go with the other scans.
Yeah, so I just think this is gonna be. Yeah, I just think these scans are gonna posit a P and not P within DC due to the fact that it's verbatim stated that the sixth dimension is the highest plane of existence. So obviously,
yeah, but okay. Can I say something about that?
I'm not done. I'm not done talking. So it would obviously be a contradiction if anything higher than sixth dimensional like exists within the cosmology. So you could just argue it's not consistent for DC to be anything higher than 60. And also in a recent issue, Superman and Batman World's Finest, they literally like affirmed the idea that 60 is where DC currently caps at. Issue 27. I can pull up the scan.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Sure.
I'll get to that. I'm for just talk
You
about
know,
that.
when you say you know what it is, do you mean you grant the priors for what I just stated? Like, do you mean you
No,
agree?
I know. When I say I know what it is, I know what like comic like you're referring to. So I already know the I already know what they say in there. I don't disagree. I
Okay.
don't. I mean, hold on.
So what
Wait.
did they
No,
say?
no.
What did they say?
Whoa. My bad. I meant to say agree.
What
You
did
know,
they say?
I
What
be
did,
stuttering sometimes. I be stuttering sometimes. But
yeah,
I
yeah,
meant to say
yeah, yeah.
I don't do.
You said you know what they say. So what did they say? What is it?
Okay, so what do they say?
Yeah, Superman, Batman, World's Finest.
I mean,
What is it?
I got the scan on me right now. I'll send it. I'll send it in chat. I got the scan on me right now.
Okay, I'm not asking you to send the scan. I'm just asking you what it says.
I mean, I don't remember, but they like describe they in the scan like Batmite like describes well not Batmite Superman describes the sixth dimension, the sixth and fifth. I know what scale you're talking about, like, but I don't think that debunks anything.
I'm gonna send 2 scans on Snake Way. Um,
Like when you don't like, can I like after you like done with these like I'll go back on your arguments. I'll try like debunk them.
Ghost, there's like
yeah.
Once I
so
like
many
study.
better debunks, dude.
Look
I
at
could
the
have
2 scans. Look at the 2 scans I sent in Snake
I could have
Way.
I
debunked
don't
that.
have okay. I'll look at them because I already know what they say, but I'll look at them. Right.
You can know what they say. Doesn't mean you're giving you to refute them anyway. So look at it. It quite literally says sixth and highest plane of existence in context to the sixth dimension. So it's a P
Mhm.
and not P within DC. It can't be the highest plane of existence and not the highest plane of existence. So again, it would just be the case that those other dimensions are not consistent or from different authors that don't follow the same line of cosmology that DC conventionally follows.
You know, like this.
Is the sixth
Okay. The
dimension.
reason why, the reason why, okay, so the reason why this is like not true is because like necessarily, like if you just think about it, like the
Don't
sixth
try to sound
dimension
rhetorical,
is
bro.
a.
Don't try to sound
I
rhetorical. Cringe.
can you let me talk? Okay, so the sixth dimension is not really a dimension for you. It's like a realm, and like this is like blatantly shown. Right? I mean,
A
like
realm can be a realm can be a
I'm not disagreeing with that, but
it doesn't
like
matter.
with the evidence of DC having infinite higher dimensions, I mean, maybe you could I
That's
like. Can you
presupposing.
let me
That's
talk? Can you let me
presupposing. Okay,
talk?
you
I'm
know you
not done with
can't.
my
What,
argument. I'm not done with my argument. I'm not done with my argument. I'm not done with my argument.
chill.
I'm not done
I
with my
just want to
argument.
clarify something. You are going to argue that with the evidence of DC having higher infinite dimensions, that would just mean that this sixth dimension is not referring to a spatial dimension. That's presupposing that those infinite higher dimensions are true within DC and consistent. When literally what's in
They are.
question is that's what's in question, whether or not they're consistent. That's why I brought up the perpetua thing with the sixth dimension, is to prove that it's not consistent. So again, if you're presupposing something that is in question within your like argument, that's literally retarded.
Okay, so the sixth dimension. First off, the reason why the sixth dimension is like beyond these infinite higher dimensions because these infinite higher dimensions are like contained within like the Oweri. Like they don't even go outside the Oweri gang.
Okay,
Like everything else.
can you show me proof that specifically those scans where you were talking about those scans so mention infinite dimensions? Can you show me proof that it's in context to the Ori? Because I could literally argue, even if I wanted to steal man, I'm not saying that this is the case, but even if I wanted to steal man, I could literally argue that these dimensions, since they are above 60, then they would just be above the entirety of like the main multiverse and nobody would scale to them.
Lord, no. But I'll prove no. I'll prove that's horrible. I'll prove it. I'll prove
I
that.
think that's just more
That is fucking
parsimonious
horrible.
given the priors.
That's
I think that's
fucking
just more
horrible.
parsimonious. I think that's just more parsimonious because, like, the sixth dimension being stated to be the highest plane of existence, instead of going to the extreme and arguing that the sixth dimension would necessarily be non-spatial because the statement of infinite dimensions exists, you just argue that it makes more sense for these infinite dimensions to be above the sixth dimension.
Okay, well maybe the
That's just
sixth
more
dimension
logical from
isn't
there.
an actual dimension. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
mean, have you thought about that? Maybe the sixth dimension isn't a dimension.
What?
You know,
yeah.
maybe it's not. Maybe you
What's
gotta
gonna
think
be
outside the box for a minute. You know,
what's gonna be
maybe it's not a dimension.
what's gonna be the justification for that? Go
Because
ahead.
if there's multiple statements of there being infinite higher dimensions, and the sixth dimension is the
a
dimension that's the
non-sequitur.
highest plane of
That's a
existence,
non-sequitur.
then why would these infinite dimensions? Then why would the sixth
That's a
dimension be referring to an
non-sequitur.
actual dimension?
That's a non sequitur, and that's also presupposing that those infinite dimensional statements are consistent in the first place, and it's also
They keep typing. Hold on,
and
wait,
it's
just so
also
my bad. I don't mean to talk over you, but they keep typing. I know. I'm gonna go off topic real quick. I know. They keep typing in snake way real. They keep typing in snake way. Can I send it somewhere else? Send my scan somewhere else.
Yeah, whatever. You're okay.
Yeah.
So you're being fallacious in 3 different ways. For one, right? You're presupposing that these infinite dimensions, are consistent for DC in the first place. Secondly, you're presupposing that these infinite dimensions are below the 6th dimension in the second place. And thirdly, right? You said that it would necessarily mean that the 6th dimension would have to be non-dimensional because there's statements about infinite dimensions existing in the verse. That's a non sequitur. So you're
Oh
being
yeah.
fallacious.
I'll definitely prove that for you. I'll get it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Go ahead and go ahead. I said.
Yeah. I'll get these right here.
Where are you gonna send the scans?
You know, like this in DC comics, you know, like in concept of this comic, like the Spectre was just sending out avatars just throughout throughout the material plane. Like he wasn't affecting like any like heaven or anything like that. He said there's like limitless planes of existence. Like just outright.
Yeah, they can be limitless planes of existence. That doesn't posit anything higher than like what 3 or 4D lab. I don't understand why you're bringing